Down to the 45.
The Patriots are okay with that. Obviously, look, they want to lean on that defensive front. They want to use that big offensive line, push those guys around, and second and 5. That's a pretty good place to be if you're the Patriot offense.
Of course, that was Ben Tyner on the carry. Oh! Pass intended for number 88, Joseph Skipworth.
Skipworth, another guy to talk about. We talk about him in the open, 67 yards a game, and an offense that runs the ball primarily. It's pretty darn good. 22 yards a catch. Skipworth, by the way, going to Kansas next year, he just looks like a tight end.
He does.
Like, he just really does. But how about that? That is fantastic defense by the Bulldogs over the middle. That's the ones where Skipworth, you come in on the run, you bite on the run, and then he runs right by you. That's why he gets 22 yards a catch. But even better defense by the Bulldogs right there.
It's going to bring up third down. Tyner back to pass. Under pressure. Little low there. That's going to be incomplete and brings up fourth down.
Yeah, and you got to give a shout out right there. Juju Rover, the senior D lineman, number 11, hawking him down, forcing him, not allowed to take his time back there. Watch him. Comes around. You see big number 99 as well. That's George Stoudemire coming in. That's relentless pressure.
So if you're Crestview, you've got to feel pretty good about that.
Hey, every time you can slow them down right here, you're keeping yourself in a game. And one thing we always talk about, if you watch college football, the underdog, every time the longer they stay in the game, no matter what sport it is, the more they believe they can win, and that's when things get dangerous.
Patrick Rogers back to receive for Crestview.
Ben Tyner, by the way, look at this kick. Oh, what is he doing? That's going to be a touchback.
Yeah.
Boy, why even return that? That's dangerous.
You got to admire the effort.
Ooh, I love the effort, but sometimes you get an F for effort on things like that.
That's true.
Oh my goodness. That is an interesting.
Great punt, by the way.
Beautiful punt. That's Ben Tyner, the quarterback, right there, and Pace a little confused as well. He's going to run this back. Okay, we got this.
Got to see that one coming, yeah.
So here come the Bulldogs back on offense. Stifled last drive. We'll see if they come up with anything else here. Get a little momentum.
Of course, with that being a touchback, it's going to be first and 10 at the 20-yard line.
He's going to throw it. Oh, my goodness. Ball's got to be caught, and that's number 5, Braylon Phillips. And we see Jay McQueen, number 4, back in the game for Crestview at quarterback. So they had Zy Tassin in there last time.
It's going to bring up second and 10. Looks like we have McQueen back in.
Yeah, rotating the quarterbacks here. McQueen a little bit more, at least it looks like it, more of a pure passer, better passer, I should say. Both of the quarterbacks are extremely athletic, extremely fast.
McQueen takes the snap. Looks like he's going to keep it. It's going to be a gain of about 5.
Tell you what,
bring up third and 5.
And you're watching the Patriots defensive front. Some of those guys are standing up, pinning their ears back. And that's where you got, if you can throw the football over the middle there, you may have a little something. But nonetheless, great blocking up front, great gain right there for the Bulldogs.
It's going to bring up third down. It's going to be third and 5. So we see if Crestview can keep the momentum going with these third down conversions.
It's a big third down for them.
7:35 left in the second quarter. Queen's going to keep it.
Oh, boys.
Oh, great catch there by number 23, Cameron Boudreaux.
Oh, man, what a beautiful.
Again, got to admire the effort.
That's an E for effort
yeah.
right there. Okay, you get an E for that one. You see, and a great job McQueen rolling out. He knows the pressure's coming, just tries to make something. But throw the man, don't even give him a chance to catch it. Let me fight another day.
So it's going to bring up 4th and 5. Crestview's Going to punt it away here. We have Brooks Washington, number 10 for Pace, back to receive. Standing at about the 43-yard line. Ball is snapped. A little bit of a low snap.
Great recovery.
So it takes a roll down to about the 47-yard line.
Yeah, and there you go. For Crestview, nothing doing on that our offensive drive there. Not much of a drive at all. And for Pace, we'll see if they can tack on. They had some mistakes, obviously. Credit the Crestview defense for stepping up and making the plays, but we'll see if they get back to running the football the way they want to. A couple passes last time for Pace. Remember, they don't do it but about 7 times a game, so not unorthodox for them, but they dang sure stick to that run game. Look at this. That's about a 6-yard gain.
Another run there by number 20, Mikel Williams. Mentioned his name earlier.
Yeah.
Going to be a gain of about 6.
He is the primary back right there. Workhorse back for him.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 4. Pace already in Crestview territory, down at the 47-yard line. Tyner's going to keep it. He's stuffed after a gain of maybe 2. It's going to be a gain of 2 down to about the 45.
Let's see if we can figure out who laid the hit right here. It's 15.
Great stop, yeah.
No, 25. I'm sorry, 25 with Max Anderson, the junior linebacker, with the big hit right there.
That's going to bring up 3rd and 3 here for the Patriots. Tyner takes the snap. He's going to keep it again.
That's a first down.
With that effort, he might have gotten it. Yep, looks like he's just made it down to about the 42.
Yeah, about a yard past the sticks right there. Then the wall takes in the opposite direction, but obviously it's forward momentum right there.
As we see on the Pete and Heating and Air instant replay. Which of course is going to... All right, we've got a water break, and we're going to go to break as well. We'll be back for more on Friday Night Rivals.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals.
We are back here on Friday Night Rivals. The Pace Patriots are driving down the field.
There he goes. Man, oh man. Mikel Williams.
Mikel Williams. That's a 42-yard touchdown run.
And even more important, it's a Forrest Jordan and Associates touchdown.
The generator guys.
Love it. You see that right there? We've got 4 touchdowns so far in this game. Now listen, don't worry about it. We'll go back in the scoring summary. Sponsored, by the way, Jeans Flooring. Right there, appreciate them. Have our scoring summary a little bit later on for you. We'll catch you up in case you missed anything.
Pace back for the extra point. Caleb Nelson back for the extra point attempt. Kick is up. And it's good. So, Pace doing what they do.
Typical Pace right here, starting to pull away a little bit. Big plays. I mean,
yeah,
it's been all night for him.
Well, we've got them all. Do you have some scores for us, Jeff?
Yeah, I've got some scores. Niceville up 28-0 right now on Gulf Breeze at home. Gulf Breeze struggling to score this year a little bit. We'll have them in the Navarre Gulf Breeze game. Escambia 14-0 on the road at Booker T. Washington. We'll be there next week with the PHS Washington game. Baker, we had Baker a couple weeks ago at Jay, and things are starting to turn around after that demolishing that Jay brought upon them right there. They're up 13-6 right now, late in the first at against Houston County. Jay and Flomaton, that's a game. Obviously, you're a Jay alum. We talked about that's a big game for Jay. So it's 0-0 right now, no score. Catholic up 12-0 early on against Freeport in the first quarter, and Tate up 20-13 at home against Navarre.
Jay has not beat Flomaton since 2001. And you
know,
think it's a game that would happen every year, but it doesn't.
It doesn't. It's like back in the day, Northview and Jay used to not play in football.
Yeah. He's here with the kickoff.
It's a knuckleball right there. Go through the end zone.
For another touchback. Seeing a lot of great kicks and punts here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I was thoroughly impressed with Ben Tyner's punt he had earlier. And speaking of, you want to see all the great action that we've had here on Friday night. Well, prep football final with Dan Shugart. Dan the man been doing it forever. The greatest in the game, greatest hair in the game, by the way. I know I say that. He probably hates that I say that. Tonight at 10:15, you'll check out the 10 o'clock news, and then at 10:15, boom, prep football final. Catch you up on everything going on in the area.
If Dan Shugart's not doing prep football final, does football really happen?
No, football never happened.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
All right, so this is going to bring up 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line as Crestview tries to answer the Patriots' previous touchdown drive.
He's got all day back there. And
that's...
Yeah, that's...
You see a couple of flags there.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, I would say so.
It's kind of a bonehead play right there by the Patriots. Let's see if we can get this all sorted out. Yep.
Late hit out of bounds defense. 15 yards from the end of the run. That results in a first down.
Easy penalty.
Yep. Again.
Here we go. Check it out.
Yep.
98 coming in full speed. Just grabs him around. Well, I mean, why? Why in the world would you ever do that?
Looks like he's been watching too much WWE.
It's Jonathan Jimenez, by the way. And I get he's fired up, but easy, big fella.
It's going to be a 15-yard penalty, so that's going to put the Bulldogs at the 35. As McQueen, looks like that's a catch, but there is a flag.
Yeah, it's Holden that's coming back. You knew it was a matter of time with as much pressure as the Patriots have been able to get on the Bulldogs. Any time that there's some time in that pocket right there, you kind of wonder if there is a hold. So. Check it out, Pete Heating and Aaron's replay. Easy call. By the way, Shugart tuning in right here for us. Appreciate this. Flomaton won the last 3 games versus Jay in 2018, 2019, and 2020 by a combined score. Derek, close your ears. 109-0. Holy cow!
That sounds about right.
42-0, 40-0, and 27-0. So
it's been a long drought for the Royals against Flomaton.
So you talk about what a win it would be for Jay. It'd be monumental for them,
100%.
especially with their perfect season so far. Big win against Chipley last week.
Yep. It's the 1st and 20. Queen back to. He's.
Look
but
at
he still
this.
gets it off. Pass is complete to Jace Green, number 9. For a nice game. Doesn't get quite back to the original line of scrimmage, but for all a nice game.
Yeah, Jace Green, that's a young man that's had a couple drop passes tonight. And again, my goodness, McQueen just fighting off pressure with guys draped all over him. And Jace Green, Johnny on the spot. Big tight ends tonight. We got plenty of them.
It's going to bring the ball to the 28-yard line, so still 2nd and long. Sean Cobb in motion.
Oh, boy.
Pass is complete to Sean Job, but pace there just with nothing.
Yeah, looks like they marked it incomplete.
Oh, they mark it incomplete. Okay.
See Chase Sean Cobb a little shaken up. It's about 3rd and 17. 4.5 minutes left here in the second quarter. Crestview had that good drive, driving the football down the field, and you got to credit this Pace defense. They've really made the adjustments right there to slow down this pass game and also really put a stop to this run game as well. The only offense that they've really been able to get here lately was the penalties that Pace has given them.
Going to bring up 3rd and long. Empty backfield. Clean back pass. He's under pressure.
Tylon Lee chasing him down. Not going to get there, but boy, nothing doing.
Yeah, just nothing there. It's like very minimal gain. Makes a yard.
Yep. And you got to credit, Pace, that defensive front. Boy, they're relentless tonight. And obviously the secondary doing a good job hanging on, because you can't just pin your ears back the way they're pinning their ears back if you can't play in the secondary. So great job by the Patriots so far.
It's going to bring up 4th and long from the 27-yard line. Brooks Washington back to receive. Wait for the snap. Nice punt.
Oh, boy.
Oh, and I think Crestview might have gotten it.
I think Crestview has it as well. Let's see. Boy, if Pace comes up with this ball, I would have no idea how. And how about that? Instead of letting it roll, the young man tries to jump on top of it, and I believe that was Brooks Washington on Pace that tried to catch that punt. Instead of just letting it roll.
Correct. So what was 4th and long is now going to be 1st and 10 from midfield.
And again, Crestview, they're getting all these second chances. Like, I've never seen some of these second chances this early. Holy cow, that is absolutely wild right here. My goodness.
We've had our fair share of crazy shenanigans tonight.
I mean, you got to think, though, how many times are you going to be gifted these opportunities? At some point, you've got to start making them pay, or
Right.
this could get out of hand.
It's going to be a Pensacola State College first down from the 49-yard line, so just shy of midfield. Lean back in the shotgun. He's going to keep it.
Oh, my
right
goodness.
in the hands.
It's Jay
Right in the
Screen.
hands of Jay Screen, yeah.
Boy, and I believe that's Green's 3rd drop pass tonight.
I believe you're right.
Well, you hate it. That young man was wide open. At Green Pastures, he's going to come out right there. Kind of understandably so. Get yourself right, young man. He's a heck of a ball player. Just hate to see it.
That's going to be one that he's going to want back.
And those are the plays you got to make if you want to compete with teams like the Patriots right now. And again, this is a young team, but you can only say that for so long, especially when you're still in this ball game.
At the end of the day, you still have to make the most of the opportunities that you're given.
Wins and losses. That's
exactly.
what they care
Yep,
about.
that's true. 2nd and 10. Pass is complete to Patrick Rogers. Out to about the 47-yard line. So it's going to be a gain of about 5.
Sarah Pete needing an air instant replay. A little screenplay. Knee almost down, but it's up. And good yardage. This is
Going to bring up 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6.
probably 4-down territory here for
I think
Crestview.
so. As the clock winds down, we're just under 3 minutes left in the 2nd quarter.
Remember, Pace won the coin toss and deferred, so Pace will get the ball to start the second half. So Crestview desperately needing points here.
Yes. Clean out of the shotgun.
Oh, boy.
He loses the ball.
Just like they drew it up, huh?
Oh, and he keeps fighting, and he's going to be close.
He's about a yard short, but boy, you talk about design plays. Yeah, that's not design play, folks. I understand that. Man, oh man, how about that? Jay McQueen.
And you mentioned 4th down territory. I think you're definitely going for it here on 4th and 1.
Yeah, you see McQueen getting there. They'll bring a new body in, but great recovery, by the way. Fumbles the snap. He knows it's his own fault right there, but
It's what you call making something out of nothing.
that's it. Making up for your own mistake.
They might be trying to get them with the hard count.
Looks like Crestview's going to take a timeout here, and they're going to talk this one over. So with that being said, Patriots up 21-8. Crestview driving here with less than 2 minutes of second quarter here on Friday Night Rivals.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals.
Back here on Friday Night Rivals, Crestview with a crucial 4th and 1 at Pace's 42-yard line. Queen's going to keep it.
There it is.
And
just talked
Pace
about
just stuffs the
swallowed
run.
them up. We just talked about this off air, and about the 4th and 1. I was like, you got to run the football, but you got to be careful because for Pace, all they have to do is close those edges off, seal the edge. That's exactly what they did. A little off tackle. If Crestview wants to throw the football, you let them throw the football. It is what it is. You sell out for the run, and what a great job by that defensive staff and the defensive front for the Patriots right there. And here we go. Remember, the Patriots get the ball back and start the second half, and they got 1:48 left. Make some more of this first half for them.
And only 56 yards to go.
There's the double D we're used to with the stats coming at you.
I can never switch it off.
I know. Thank goodness. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
They
wow.
may only need just a couple seconds. Yeah, Michael Williams, you're not going to catch him again. He is making a case for our Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram player of the game. Rightfully so, young man.
All right.
Boy, look at this. We've seen this like the second time tonight. It's like deja vu, almost the same spot it looks like. Hey, you're not going to catch him. He's a sophomore, by the way. What a good-looking sophomore.
I don't need to write that one down. That was a one-play, 56-yard drive.
Yeah, that'll do right there.
Mikel Williams, yeah, you said making a strong case for our player of the game.
By the way, that was a Forrest Jordan Associates touchdown right there.
The generator guys. Extra point is up.
And it is good.
It is good. And with that, we are going to send it down to our sideline reporter, Carter Brainbridge. Carter, what you got for us?
Well, guys, I think coming into this one, we knew what we would see from this Pace offense. Under head coach Kent Smith, these Patriots have been a ground and pound type team. That's been the case for them this year and certainly tonight as well. But one thing we are a little surprised by is just how well the Patriots have kept the beat going from last year to this year. In 2023, Pace won 8 games and scored 34 touchdowns on the ground. Quarterback Nick Simmons was a big part of that. He ran for almost 1,000 on his own, but he then transferred to Pine Forest, where we saw him play on Friday Night Rivals just last week. Now a little bit retooled, this offense is led by senior Ben Tyner, who has scored today, and in all 5 games he's played so far this year, he alongside Michael Williams, who has had a gigantic day today, have really refurbished this offense and just kept the same old going for Coach Smith and his guys. Derek?
Thanks, Carter. Couldn't have said it better myself.
No, that's our Herd Real Estate sideline report. Appreciate Carter right there. Yeah, I'd say with Tyner, I don't think Tyner's going to slow down anytime soon. This dynamic duo that they have is fun to watch. And I tell you what, it's fun to watch his defense as well. And Carter's right. Last year, this is a team that won 8 games. They were the feel-good story. You know, they had a bad year the year before. They really got some momentum going to the playoffs, that type of thing, and they really showed out. I believe they lost a heartbreaker last year. But this is a team that, you know, sometimes when you have some of that success, guys graduate, guys transfer out. Nick Simmons, your 1,000-yard rusher, we saw him last week at Pine Forest, like Carter said. You know, he's gone. Okay, well, how do you replace him? Well, Tyner steps in, and now Michael Williams, a sophomore, he steps in. This offensive line was already good last year. These guys just get that much better. And so I think success breeds more success, and that's what you're seeing with the Patriots so far this year.
Absolutely. That's something else we were talking about before the game, too, the success of the offensive line. That pass is going to be complete to...
Looks like Braylon Phillips.
Yep, that was number 5, Braylon Phillips there on the reception.
And we'll see if Pace kind of plays a little bit soft coverage here, keep everything in front, force Crestview to go drive the football down the field with less than a minute and a half to go.
And with that completion, that's going to bring up another Pensacola State College first down. 35-yard line.
Crestview only has 1 timeout left. Keep that in mind.
It'll be a pass over the middle. Of course, intended, as we've been saying, his name on green.
Yeah, beautiful coverage right there. That looked like that was 33. It's Caden Batchelor.
2nd and 10. Just over a minute left in the half. Now, if you're Crestview, are you trying to get any points you can?
Yes.
Yes.
I just think the way your offense has been playing, your defense is struggling to stop the Patriots running the football because, again, Patriots just been gashing them on defense. Like, that run game has been tough. So you've got to try to get something here, some momentum going into the second half.
2nd and 10. Shotgun. So let that Zy Tassin with the keeper.
I say he was down.
He's going to be marked down at about the 45-yard line. Again, enough for another Pensacola State College first down.
Yeah, the clocks will stop as they reset the chains here. Again, Crestview got one timeout. Pace looking like they went into a cover 3. Again, trying to keep everything in front here. Don't give up the big plays down the field.
Empty backfield. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Uh-oh.
Tassin's going to keep it. Well, no, he's going to.
Oh! Man, oh man, Carson Lowe. Number 7 right there for the Patriots. Almost coming up with a big. Initially, when that ball was thrown, he thought it was just easily out of bounds. And he looked up and he's like, I think I got a chance at this. But again, the pressure right there being applied by Isaiah Purifoy. Almost another impressive catch.
Another E for effort.
That's it. Gotta love those E's, baby. E's, however, don't get you degrees. I want to make that clear.
No, those are C's, right?
Yeah, C's.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Not sure what E's get you. I guess effort.
If you get an E, you're probably in trouble.
Yeah, you probably are in trouble. All right, empty backfield once again. Crestview trying to get something going here to close out the half. 28 seconds left on the clock. Bit of an
he's got some
awkward
room.
reception there. He's going to keep it, and he's going to run. And that's going to be enough for another first down and then some.
There you go. The clock will stop. And that's why it's so key. You got to get these first downs and these chunk plays. And you see Zy Tassin. Man, that's the mobile quarterback. Obviously, McQueen can run as well, but passing game, not a whole lot of success right here with this pass rush for the Patriots. So trying to spread this Patriot defense out and run the football.
It's going to bring up, as you see here, another Pensacola State College first down at the 44-yard line. Tassin still in at quarterback in the shotgun, empty backfield. Going to throw it. Pass is complete to number 12, Carson Colmetz. Down to about the 39, so that's going to be a gain of about 5.
Crestview will take a timeout here. We look at Colmetz almost fumbled. He fumbled that football away. They're saying he was down. Well, you got to cover that thing up, young man.
So with Crestview taking their final timeout, we've got 10 seconds left. So if you're Crestview, you were a quarterback at Northview. So what would you do if you were in this situation?
Well, you see our Athletes Water fan cam right here. That's the Crestview faithful looking on. That's not a lot to look on so far here, but still early on. Look, I just think you got to get yourself close enough that, you've got 10 seconds. Maybe try to run another short out play, or maybe just a run. Spread them out here, maybe go empty set, 5 wide. Get another first down, a quick first down, get you closer to the end zone that you can throw it up. I don't think you can really rush this to the end zone. So depending on how far you can throw the football, I think you got to get maybe 10 more yards here, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance. I mean, you're down 20 points. We know it. Pace gets the ball back. But you got to do something. Right here, you're not going to throw a Hail Mary from this far.
Got to get some kind of momentum going into halftime. Maybe second. Back. And the pass. That is pass. It is caught.
Now they got to get up to the line, and they got to spike this. They got to go.
Once again, Carson Colmetz. As the clock continues to wind down.
Get set, spike it.
Spikes it with 2 seconds left.
Here we go.
Of course, that puts them inside the Synovus red zone.
A beautiful play here. I tell you what, watch this. I mean, over the middle, you're playing a zone coverage, okay? Obviously playing soft, keeping everything in front. And what a catch. Man, oh man, Carson Colmetz. He's come up big for the Bulldogs here.
This is likely going to be the final play of the first half. Crestview inside the Synovus red zone looks to be at about the about the 16-yard line.
Looks like a referee dropped the flag right there at the line. Let's see what this is all about here. A lot of pointing. You got calm on one side by the referee. Very uneasy on the other side.
You wonder what's going on in these conversations, and then you're like, maybe it's best we don't.
Yeah, it's good we got the ref's mic turned off right there for all of you folks at home. This is taking as long as a booth review. You see the Crestview fans, our athletes water fan cam. By the way, while we got a second here, chime in by Clocks by Design, our school spirit award. Clocks by Design, we appreciate them sponsoring that this year. But if you go to chime in on WAR3, if you're using your mobile phone there, go in the, I believe, the top left-hand corner, tap a little tab, go down to chime in. Listen, the young ones going off to school, maybe you got some players playing in a football game tonight, whatever it is, submit those pictures to chime in right there, and they could end up on the news, they could end up on social media, showing your little ones going off in their game day attire. But we appreciate Closets by Design.
It'll be intentional grounding against Crestview.
So I believe this is because he fumbled the snap. So you fumble the snap, it takes everything out of ordinary there. Now it's a live play if you're wondering at home. So that's a loss of down. Doesn't really kill him here though. Backs him up a little bit. And we'll see. I believe Pace is going to call a timeout. A little cat and mouse here.
So I actually just got an update from Flomaton. Flomaton is up 18-3 over Jay.
Oof, it's not good. It's not good for the Royals.
No, it's not.
Well, yeah, they scored. Remember,
True.
Dan Shugart sent us the last 3 times they played in 18, 19, and 20. It was 109-0 as you see prep football finals. You want to catch some interesting facts like that and more. You want to catch out what's going on with the Royals tonight. Hopefully it's better news when you tune in at 10:15. Dan Shugart, the whole crew there at Channel 3. 10 o'clock news comes on, obviously, at 10. 15 minutes later, it's where we all showed up for prep football final. And I remember when I was a young kid until I was in high school. High school, we have those quick games go through. You go and you record it. You go back and watch it. Sometimes I watch myself get absolutely destroyed as a quarterback, but sometimes it was good stuff. But always good. Dan Shugart, appreciate him doing prep football final for us.
Oh,
my
and he
goodness.
drops it.
And boy, I tell you what,
but there is a flag.
I don't think there is a flag. Maybe in the back of the end zone we've got a flag. All right,
It's
let's
McQueen
see
back
what
in
this
at
is.
quarterback.
If you look at the
Right into the chest of Zy Tassin, number 0. We've said his name at quarterback a few times tonight.
yeah, this is going to go against the Patriots, and all right, so here we go. By the way, I think next to us is the defensive coordinators for the Patriots, and they got up, they walked out, and they just looked at each other when they heard the penalty was called against them. So here we go again. Bulldogs, I've never seen so many second chance opportunities, some bailouts, if you will say, for them, and eventually they've got to make something of it, and no better time than right now for them.
So, of course, this is going to be essentially a free play.
Yeah.
Of course, still down here in the Synovus red zone, this is going to be an untimed down here.
Looks like the Patriots are going to talk this one over again as well. Well, while we got a second, I've got some scores around the area. Niceville up 35-0 on Gulf Breeze. Goodness gracious right now. Escambia up 21-0 on the road at Booker T. Washington. Baker and Houston County, the Baker Gators 19. They're right down the road, by the way, from here. 19-12 up at half. Pittsburgh Catholic, you're wondering how they were doing. Had them last week. Obviously a tough game. They grinded it out. Got a 23-0 win against Pine Forest. Well, they're back to their ways. 25-0 over Freeport right now at home. Tate and Navarre, I have no update. Last update I have was 20-13. South Walton and Walton, the battle of Waltons. tied at 25 almost at the half right there. W.S. Neal and Bluntstown, but W.S. Neal needs a break. They've played some tough games this year, and they're up 22-0 at home against Bluntstown right now. And Spanish Fort, you talk about the Mobile County area, Baldwin County area, 14-7 Spanish Fort on top of Daphne, and Orange Beach over Robertsdale right now, 24-0.
Thanks for those scores, and this is maybe the final play of the half.
Fingers crossed. Hey, you know what? Let's just get some more fireworks here. Why not?
Empty backfield. Looks like we have McQueen back in at quarterback.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
He's in.
Oh goodness. Oh my goodness.
It was only a matter of time. We talked about it. How many second chance opportunities that they had? Eventually they got to punch one in, right? Well, it takes a defensive holding penalty in the end zone there for them. They get a second chance here the time expired, all or nothing. And boy, McQueen, Mr. Cool and calm, composure back there, fumbles the snap. Again, it's not a design play, but he's sure making it look like it back there.
Once again, turning nothing into something. Almost had it backwards there. Crestview with the extra point. It is up, and it is good. So, what a way to end a wild first half of football.
Wow, 13 points, by the way. This game should be completely out of hand when you really break it down, and the struggles that Crestview have had. But Patriots, some harsh penalties that they've had. Obviously, they got to clean that up. Coach Kent Smith, we'll talk to him, but it's going to be tough. You know, for Crestview, you've got to find some consistency in the offense and your defense. Can they stop the Patriots' run game? The Patriots have absolutely gashed them over and over and over again. So we'll see what happens. But boy, oh boy, it is interesting to say the least here in the first half. a lot of points, by the way.
Absolutely, yeah. We go into halftime, pace up 28-15. But as you said, it could be something completely different if not for just some of the craziest breaks we've seen all season.
Right, and we got Coach Smith walking over here. Looks like we're gonna get that interview with him. Interested to see what he's got to say about the first half. Obviously, I think penalties will be a big part of that. But nonetheless, he's got to be happy with his team on the road for the second week in a row. I know it's only 2 scores, but it just seems like it's a little bit more. Nonetheless, I think we're getting ready. We'll shoot it down there to Carter. Carter, what you got for us?
Hey guys, down here with Pace head coach Kent Smith following a first half. Coach, your team enters the halftime break up 2 scores, some pretty explosive plays on offense. What did you see from your team in the first half?
Well, on offense, fine. We ain't had the ball. I don't think we've run but 7 or 8 plays. And so defense had a hard time getting off the field. Offense, we'll see what we can do if we can keep the ball a little more.
Well, in that first half, like you said, your defense was on the field a lot. They got to stop under 2 minutes, but then that final drive, Crestview did score. What did you see in that final sequence?
Well, we missed tackles. I mean, I can blame it on something else if I want, but the truth of it is we missed tackles and gave them throws down the middle of the field. So, it's us.
All right.
To handle the rest of it.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Good luck in the second half. Guys, back up to you.
Thank you, Carter, and thank you to Pace head coach Kent Smith for taking the walk across the field for that.
I wonder what else he could blame it on.
Exactly.
I think we all know the referees are in line here.
That being said, we're going to go to break. We'll be back with halftime here on Friday Night Rivals.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals.
Back here at halftime on Friday Night Rivals, as we see the Pace Patriot Band has taken the field. Here with our Brownsville Ornamental Ironworks halftime report. Pace currently up 28-15 against Crestview. And we're going to send it down to Carter Bainbridge for a special interview. Carter?
Thanks, guys. I'm down here on the field with Crestview principal Victoria Hayden. Well, your Bulldogs trail at the half, but overall a very lively night here at the stadium. How have you enjoyed this game so far?
Always enjoy spending time with my Bulldogs. Watching our young men fight for what they want most of all is a win tonight, but also the opportunity to spend time with our community, our student body, band, etc.
Well, speaking of the community and the student body, you guys are certainly representing a good cause tonight. I see you're wearing pink, and the students in the student section are doing the same tonight. Some breast cancer awareness ribbons painted on this field as well. What can you say about that cause and what it means to have so many people show out for something like that?
Absolutely, very close to heart. We have multiple staff members that are survivors and currently somebody fighting breast cancer on our staff. And our student body, every year we do a pink out. And normally it's October, but homecoming is next week, so we did it for the last game that we have before homecoming. But absolutely community support, student support for what we care for most is our staff, families, et cetera, in the community.
Well, you mentioned staff right there, and it fits in perfectly with what we just talked about. Before this game, some members of our crew who were setting up here before the game noted that Athletic Director Tim Hatton was down on the field painting these murals and these ribbons by hand. What can you say about him, the job he does, and really the athletic staff who got a night like this ready to go?
Absolutely can't ask for a better team to work with. Mr. Hatton is an expert at the field, as you said. That's a machine that he uses out here, and he has to program it to get it to run correctly. But couldn't ask for a better group of people to work with every day, and a group of Bulldogs that we support fully.
Well, one more thing for you, Principal Hayden. If any folks out there watching at home wanted to learn more about this Crestview football program or the school, where could they go to do that?
We do have a Crestview High School Bulldog Facebook page and our website through the district office.
All right, Crestview Principal Victoria Hayden, thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the game. Guys, back up at the booth to you.
Thanks, Carter. Great stuff as always. Always enjoy hearing from the administration of the schools we go to.
Yeah, we tend to forget that these guys were in class earlier, and by the way, she was probably trying to get somebody in line earlier, by the way. We all know what goes on. We were all in school at one time, but it takes a lot to make this happen, obviously for our broadcast, but just for, you see the band, you see the fans, you see there's so many volunteers, there's so many things that go on to make this possible, so it's always cool to learn on the other side.
Yeah, the high school football is a machine, but rarely do we hear about the cogs inside the machine that make it work, as we see the Crestview Marching Band take the field. And I believe now we're going to list our Panhandle Peyton Design Scholar athletes.
Yeah, well, let's get it started here. Obviously, two very deserving men right here. And let's go ahead, with the home standing team, the Crestview Bulldogs. You see Damian Dodson now. Damian Dodson is a senior linebacker. Talking to him, we saw him earlier, taking his picture and everything. That was fantastic for the young man. What it means to be a scholar athlete, by the way. These guys, it's more than just sports. You hear about, I don't play school. Well, these gentlemen do. They had economics tests or whatever. I thought I made a joke last week. But it takes a lot to make this happen. These young men are preparing themselves for the future. And high school sports, by the way, these are extracurricular activities. I know some of you scoff at that nowadays, how things are. Well, in high school around here, it's still that way. So I appreciate Damian Dotson, the work that he puts in, high GPAs and all. For Pace, Zachary Rifle is a big offensive lineman, senior offensive lineman. Number 50 in the game, by the way. Same thing. This is a young man. We'll talk about Rifle again, I believe, in a couple of weeks. In a couple of weeks when we go to Pace. But it just takes a lot to make this happen for these young gentlemen, and they take the classroom very serious, high GPAs. They got a lot of other extracurriculars that go on as well. So we appreciate Panhandle Painting and Design for sponsoring our scholar athlete.
And don't forget, they do have a chance to compete for $5,000 for a $5,000 scholarship at the end of the season.
I should have been smarter. Maybe I would have had a chance to get that.
Me and you both.
No, that's awesome for both of those gentlemen as well, though.
So this next thing, I'm not going to say a word because I know this is your favorite part of the broadcast, our food sponsor.
Yeah. You know, I kind of like food. If you can't tell on camera, I love food, by the way. Foosackly's every week. No matter where we go, Foosackly's hooks us up. And listen, there's a Foosackly's close to where you're at if you're watching this. If you got to make a little drive, you make a little drive. It's well worth it. Foosackly's hooks us up with plenty of chicken tenders, plenty of sauces, plenty of crinkle cut fries, the drinks, everything that we need right there. The lemonade's really good, by the way, as well. The toast, you gotta love the toast. Big toast fan. Put a chicken tender in there, a couple fries, a little sauce. You know what sauce I use, right?
I know, but I need to hear you say
it's
it.
the jalapeno ranch. If you haven't had the jalapeno ranch, it's fantastic. All their sauces are great. By the way, it's football season, okay? You got Friday night football, you got Saturday college football, you got NFL on Sunday and Monday. Foosackly's is there for you. Go pick you up a tailgate pack with your friends. Promise you, your friends won't be upset. They'll be more upset if you show up without Foosackly's. But we appreciate Foosackly's for hooking us up every single Friday.
We need to get the foo and football trend going, the foo and football hashtag going.
Let's make it happen.
Absolutely. With that, we're going to go to break, and we'll be back for more on Friday Night Rivals.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
Day to throw. He's going to hurl it deep downfield, and that ball is hauled in. What a catch by Javian Robinson.
Cam Wade with a cut inside the 40. Wade down the sideline. Wade is gone. Cam Wade, this one from 57 yards.
To evade the rush, throws it, end zone jump ball. What a catch! Touchdown! Sam Donovan climbs the ladder and comes down with it.
That was a little bit errant. He's one-on-one. He's got him.
Got him again.
He went up and caught it. What
Great
a catch.
Great catch.
Get a number on that man. Is that 19? That sophomore. Strike up the Fairfield Central folk song to Aquarius Shannon. 6'1", 180. A 10th grader, folks.
Guy. He's a power lifter guy. A lot of their offense and one block kick deserves another, right? Still loose. Alamo Heights has it, but still not out of bounds. We can get a couple of points here. Another pitch, and they've got room. Miracle on the Mississippi. You got to be kidding. It's Max Bacon.
Back here at Crestview for Friday Night Rivals as we give you the Brownsville Ornamental Ironworks halftime report. Two great bands we've seen here during halftime, Pace and Crestview.
Yeah, absolutely top notch. So, not only is action going on in first, second, third, fourth quarter here, we got the halftimes, the real show going on right now. That Crestview band, boy, they are loud and proud.
Absolutely. We've seen a little bit of everything in this first half, everything from fake punts to kick returns to multiple penalties resulting in a touchdown. We've seen pretty much everything.
Yeah, and our Gene's flooring scoring summary, how about that right there? This is Ben Tyner, by the way. Quarterback Ben Tyner. Young man can run the football with the best of them. This is a Pace Patriot attack that boys primarily rushing. You see McQueen right there throwing the football over the middle. And that's kind of, look, we talked about it. That's what they have to do is he connects with Sean Johns. And how about a fake after that? By the way, the score was 7-6 and now 7-8. Crestview's up. You're thinking, okay, they got some momentum. Well, you thought wrong. Is Brooks Washington on the return for the Patriots right there. Returns that one now. Here we go. And by the way, this you're going to see this. It's going to be like deja vu. It's not the same thing twice. It's two different plays. That's Michael Williams running the football for a big gain, and nobody's going to catch him either time. Giddy up right there, young man. My goodness. And here we go late. A lot of weird stuff happening here before half. Time expired. This is the last play. Fumbles a snap. McQueen did that earlier, by the way, and made a good play off of it. And this time he puts it in for 6. And that gets us to our point right here at halftime.
Absolutely. We'll be back with the start of the second half. Pace up 28-15 over Crestview here on Friday Night Rivals.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals.
Welcome back to Friday Night Rivals. Carter Bainbridge down here at the field at Crestview, where the Bulldogs trail Pace 28-15. And as we enter the second half, we have a special guest down here on the sideline, Crestview Athletic Director and former head football coach Tim Hatton. If I may call you Coach, what did you see in that first half as you had your eyes on this Bulldog team?
Offensively, we got to catch balls, defensively, we give up 3 big plays. It cost us 21 points, so we can get that corrected, get them off the field. I thought we did a good job staying on the field. They're very explosive, but we've got to make plays when plays are available. I thought we've done a good job calling plays. Thought we're really good other than 3 plays on defense, but, what an atmosphere, what a crowd. We really have enjoyed the night. Appreciate you guys coming out. Man, it's always great for Channel 35 to be in town to promote high school sports, but hopefully we can have an exciting second half and correct a few of our mistakes,
Well, one more thing for you, Coach. A late score on the final play of the first half got the Bulldogs to back within 13. How does this team take momentum in this third quarter?
I think that's big. I think they got to come out here and get a quick stop and then do something offensively to get back in. It can't let them go up 21 points. Hard to get them off the field. A big, powerful squad. You can tell we've got some real talented players over there. We just got to make sure that we can get them off the field some kind of way.
All right, thanks very much, Coach. Good luck to your Bulldogs in the second half. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Carter. Nice surprise there.
I miss doing the games whenever Coach Hatton, just hearing his voice. And I'll tell you what, it's just that man right there has led Crestview to a lot of success in the past. Obviously, no surprise being the athletic director. And, this is a young Crestview team, so they're on their way, but nobody cares about you're young. You're in the middle of a dogfight right now with Pace, and he's right. They got to make a big stop here, do something offensively. They can't allow themselves to go down 3 scores.
Absolutely, and we saw from the first drive to the second, Crestview, they were able to make some pretty big adjustments, and I mentioned that we kind of associate that with halftime adjustments. So I'm very curious to see what Crestview is going to do. Pace, of course, they won the coin toss and deferred, so we will see Pace's offense to start the second half. So what does Crestview got to do to keep the momentum going?
You got to sell out for the run. I mean, you got to think. They've got 2 scores. Michael Williams has 2 scores of like 50-plus yards. Hey, you take those scores away, and I know, you take those scores away. You force Pace to drive the football. They haven't had to drive the football all night long. They've had a kickoff return for a touchdown. There's been a lot of, I call them easy points, but I mean that obviously Pace earned those. And they did what they were supposed to do, but they didn't really make them earn a whole lot. Just easy picking right there. Easy points. They're up big. Pace is feeling good about themselves. They probably got some things that they'll change on defense. But again, the penalties to me for Pace is what kept Crestview in this ball game. And for Crestview, you got to go, listen, eventually our luck's going to run out. All right, we got to go back to work here. We got to figure out. We've seen some success running the football. We've seen some success passing the football. But I think the bigger thing is not the Crestview offense. It's the Crestview defense. You got to sell out, like I said, sell out for the run. Let's make this thing happen. And you know what? If they beat you throwing the football, a team that throws the football, by the way, 7 times a game, if Pace beats you throwing the football, it is what it is. All right, but you're not going to let them rush for 250 yards a game like they average.
Yeah, you just mentioned it. We talked about it in the open. Pace with one of the best rushing attacks in the area, averaging 248 a game. It's going to be tough, but I'm very curious to see what Crestview is going to do here as we get ready to start the second half.
Yeah, by the way, real quick, Crestview next week is right back here at home against Pine Forest. We had them last week, Friday Night Rivals. And then for Pace, another tough, it's a Madison County team, it's a smaller school, very, very tough, though. They run the football very well as well. I want to make a quick note. Our next week, we got PHS in Washington. That's going to be fun, by the way. This rivalry is as old as Pensacola itself, it seems. A lot of hate. I can say that. There's a lot of hate between those 2 schools. You love to hate each other right there. A lot of history. I know one time we had a game at PHS, and a gentleman up in the booth showed me the book of the history of this game, and the book was just ginormous.
I remember that,
It was bigger than my head, which is quite large, by the way. But again, that game's going to be at 7 o'clock next Friday. You are going to want to tune in. It's going to be a heck of a game. PHS, by the way, much improved this year. I have heard a lot of good things, watched some film on them. Washington, this is a game where they've struggled pretty much all year long. This is a statement game for them. You don't want to lose to your rival. Okay, you can salvage a season by turning around and beating your rival, and there's their opportunity next week, so make sure you tune in with us.
You especially don't want to lose to your rival at home.
Yes. It is always fun going to Washington, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
What a raucous crowd, band, everything.
And we are underway with the second half for our game here as Tag Strickenberger receives.
Oh, man.
And big stop there by number 7. We've said his name, Manuel Robinson.
Yeah, Manuel is right, with emphasis on man on that head. Holy cow, folks, watch this. You just felt it shake as he comes around. You're like, oh, yeah, he's got this. Oh, heads up, he doesn't see it. Oh, it's too late. Oof.
That's what we call a big boy hit.
Yeah, that's the grown man football right there.
All right, so Pace is going to begin the second half. They're on 36-yard line.
Much better.
Kel Williams, a nice little gain there of about 4 down at the 40-yard line.
That's the play. They've scored 2 touchdowns running off the edge there. So Crestview doing a little bit better job still. 4-yard gain you'll take right now. It's building blocks, but great tackling. You know, that's one thing Coach Smith talked about for his defense. Well, Crestview needs to have better tackling as well. So good start so far.
2nd down and 6. Quarterback keeper.
Oh, Tyner.
Just slipping through tackles, and that's going to be a 1st down and then some. He's going to be down at about the 47-yard line, on Crestview's 47-yard line. That, of course, is Ben Tyner.
Pete Heating and Aaron replay. Look at that offensive line, by the way, blocking 7, 8, 9 yards down the field. You're not going to have any success on defense if you're getting blown off the ball like that. But the tough thing is pace doesn't let up. They're relentless. They're going to come right back at you again. Good enough for a Pensacola State College 1st down.
Tyner's going to keep it again.
Great tackle.
Great tackle there by, I believe that's number 15, Zy Range, the junior linebacker.
Yeah, Zy Range made some good plays this ball game, but he is sure tackling what you got to do here. By the way, a play for no gain like that slows the momentum of this offense as well. That's why it's so key. So now it's no positive gain. Look at that. Great job playing his gap, playing his man. Wraps him up, folks. If you're a young cat at home watching this, that is textbook tackling.
Doing your job. 2nd down and 10. Hand off to Mikel Williams. It's going to be a short gain.
Be a 3rd and long. Now, obviously, you would think with the Patriots that probably 4-down territory on the plus side of the field here.
It's going to be 3rd and about 6. Crucial 3rd down here for the Crestview defense.
Yeah, you know, we talk about it being 4-down territory, but if they stop them here or get them for a loss, I think this turns into a punt. So huge as you see the band getting down right there. It's a gain of about a yard.
Williams there for a short gain. Got maybe 2 or 3 yards on that play.
See what Coach Smith wants to do. His offense is still on the field here. Looks like they're going to go for it.
It's going to be about 4th and 5 down at the 42-yard line. Were you surprised that Pace is going for it on 4th?
No, absolutely not. I mean, you're up 2 scores. You feel good about the way your defense has been playing, by the way. And you feel even better about the way your offense has been converting. Look at Joseph Skipworth, by the way, the Kansas commit. Bobbles it around a little bit. An awkwardly thrown ball. As you see, Tyner was, boy, draped with pressure, but Skipworth, sure hands right there. And you see that young man, that is a loaded 6'5", 220.
Future Kansas Jayhawk.
That's it.
With a Pensacola State College 1st down.
Yeah, they could use him this year. The Jayhawks struggled a little
bit,
but nonetheless, they got a good one coming their way. Great job to turn his body back to catch that football, and even more important, it was 4th down.
So that's going to bring up 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. As you see here, this is a Pensacola State College 1st down. And hand off to Mikel Williams. Loses the football, but he recovers it.
Boy, he had some room to run.
Yes, he did.
Holy cow. And you see him take the gloves off. And we got a Crestview player down.
We hope he's okay. We saw there in the Heating and Air instant replay. It's going to be a loss of about 2. Looks like that is number... See if we can get his number here.
A lot of pain, as you see right there.
It's looking like he's able to walk off under his, well, with a little bit of help, but he's able to walk off the field.
I think that's 52, Chance Washington. It's hard to tell. It's either that or it's 62, Aiden
62,
Teague.
yeah.
Yeah, 62 right there. Aiden Teague, senior offensive lineman. You don't like the look on that young man's face right there. Boy, we hate to see that. We sure hope he's going to find a way to come back in this game. But here we are right back into action.
2nd and long. Oh, hey, nothing but open field there.
There ain't nobody covering that guy.
No, nope. And that is number 40, Logan Hancherick,
Ben Tyner with a touchdown pass, and we talk about it. Pace doesn't throw the football but 7 times a game. I don't know if Tyner's going to have an easier pass the rest of his career, no matter where he goes to play football after this. By the way, Logan Cherrick was wide open down the field. I looked and I was like, "Where's the guy?" Oh, there is no guy. It's like they snuck him on the field.
Nothing but space for the fullback.
Love it.
Extra point is up and
blocked.
It's blocked, but there is a flag.
We saw this earlier as he timed it up. We thought he was offside last time, but he missed the block. This time, a little too soon.
Maybe got a little too anxious there on that.
Hey, you know what? You had it right the first time. Why not go for it again?
Penalty is going to be declined, so we're going to retry the kick.
Bad news for the Bulldogs is now it's a 3-score lead.
Caleb Nelson back with the extra point. There's the snap. Kick is up. Can't ask for much better than that. And with that, we're going to go to break. When we come back, Crestview will try to answer the score here on Friday Night Rivals.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals.
Welcome back to Friday Night Rivals. Thank you for spending your Friday evening with us. I'm Derek Diamond alongside Jeff Price. Pace, if you're just joining us, Pace has taken the lead, or extended their lead, 35-15 against the Crestview Bulldogs.
Yeah, and they primarily rushing the football. They had a kick return as well, as we talk about the Jeans flooring, scoring, summary. And you saw a passing touchdown by Tyner. It's the team that primarily run. Again, if you're just tuning in with us, they throw it about 7 times a game. So, you know things are going good when you throw for a touchdown as well.
Crestview going to receive at about the 1-yard line. That's going to be Patrick Rogers on the return. A little
bouncing everywhere.
Yeah, little bouncing around.
Love it. Heck of a return.
Yeah, not a bad return. It's going to be just short of the, well, actually, it looks like they're going to mark him down at the 30.
Oh, well,
so all things considered, not a bad return for Crestview.
Got a second here. We'll get some scores. Niceville running clock, 35-0 over Gulf Breeze right now. Escambia up 21-7 at half on Booker T. Washington. We'll be at Washington next week. Baker up 26-12 in the third quarter over Houston County. Pensacola Catholic all over Freeport, 39-6. Call off the Dogs, gentlemen. Tate 20 and Navarre 16 is the update I have now. And Walton 32, South Walton 31.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Crestview attempting to answer. McQueen back to pass. McQueen under pressure. Going to throw it across his body. It's going to be an incomplete pass. Bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, so here we go. Crestview last week we talked about against Niceville. They were getting beaten. Had to try to come from behind. They threw for 250 yards. We know they could throw the football. They lost 35-14. Similar situation in what they're in right now. They want to throw the football, get back in the game. I mean, not a bad pass, but it's tough. And you see McQueen trying to buy some time in that pocket, but pace all over the receiver.
So that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. McQueen back in the shotgun. There's the snap. McQueen once again under pressure. He scrambles. Oh, and that's a pretty obvious flag there.
I don't understand. Like, this is the second time that they've been called for this. Like, and it looks like McQueen he is hurt.
We see here on the Peden Heating and Air instant replay.
I mean, great job. Look, you got him right there. Just force him out. Why? What is the need to sling the young man out of bounds?
Yeah, McQueen took a tumble there, even going under the track area that we see around the edge of the field.
Man,
we sure hope he's all right.
Again, that's the second time the Patriots have been called for a late hit out of bounds like this. But, you know, you could just push. I know you want to make the tackle. I know you want to hurt. You know, we always talk about hurt the quarterback. But that's completely unnecessary twice we've seen. We sure hope that McQueen is all right.
As he's being looked at here. We'll wait on the official call. Of course, we're here on an injury timeout. The trainers are looking at McQueen.
See if he can. It's good to see him walking, that's for sure.
Looks like he's a little shaken up, but always walking off under your own power is a good sign.
It's a great sign. Well, this looks like we will probably see Zy Tassin come in for a little bit. They'll probably check McQueen out maybe. Nonetheless, here's another penalty, another bonehead penalty by this Pace defense, and they shoot themselves in the foot. They make a great play, and they bail Crestview out right here. So again, giving Crestview another opportunity.
So that's going to give Crestview a Pensacola State College first down. So there's a little bit of a holdup here.
This
might be some confusion down here on the sidelines. Okay, now it looks like we're back underway. Tassin in the shotgun. It's going to be taken by Patrick Rogers. And he's going to have a first down and then some, as he is brought down way down at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, and this is exactly what the doctor ordered. You know, you're down 3 scores, you're trying to find some momentum, and how about this, a little misdirection, run back the other way, and boy, that is a biggest play of the night for the Bulldogs.
It's roughly 30 to 35-yard run there from what I could count from the replay.
Get you on the right side of the field here, and that's a big play after the penalty, the personal foul penalty against the Patriots.
First and 10 down at the 28-yard line. Tassin still in at quarterback. He's going to keep it.
Wide
Tosses
open.
It. Who else?
Jace Green. You gotta love that young man has had a tough night tonight. He's made a couple big plays, but he's had some drops, and you love to see him making a big play there. It looks like we got ourselves a water break. So with that being said, with the Patriots up 35-15, Crestview driving here midway through the third quarter. We'll take a break with them. We'll be right back here on Friday Night Rivals.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals.
Back here on Friday Night Rivals, the Crestview Bulldogs trying to tighten up the lead that Pace currently holds. They are driving down the field just outside the Synovus red zone. Hassan's going to keep. Oh, no, he's actually going to pass, and that is caught by number 12, Carson Colmetz. We've said his name a couple of times.
Looks like we have in the area of holding. Wondering if it's a lineman downfield here because they're going to wave it off. Okay. I think that's, you talk about the RPO, the run pass options, and you got to be quick with them because your linemen are thinking it's a run play. They're going to block it that way regardless. That's why it's got to be quick. So he took a little bit to get the ball out, but the refs waved it off, and here we go. 2nd and about 4 for the Bulldogs.
Going to be from the 9-yard line, so of course that's going to put Crestview in the Synovus red zone here. Of course, Cy Tassin's still in at quarterback. Jay McQueen was shaken up a little while ago, and he's going to keep it.
Oh, boy.
Great blocking by the offensive line there as Tassin walks it in for the touchdown.
And that's what Tassin brings. But how about the offensive line? Great blocking up front like you mentioned. And Tassin, he's just got a little more energy. Obviously, McQueen goes down. Tassin steps up. Tassin's been in this game quite a bit tonight. But you see it, and how about this? A little shake and bake right there for the camera. Okay, I like it, young man.
A little bit of swagger there.
Love
I love it.
Hey,
yeah.
A little energy. We talk about a young team. They need to find some energy.
Yep, absolutely. We've got Trey Hardman back for the extra point attempt. Snap is up, kick is up, and it's good.
Yeah, how about that? And with that, by the way, let's go down to Carter, our Herd Real Estate Sideline Report. Carter, what you got for us?
Well, guys, Crestview hasn't led in this game since the first quarter, but the Bulldogs have just kept hanging in against Pace tonight, and that is definitely a credit to head coach Thomas Grant and his staff. We have seen down here on the sideline, Coach Grant has been really fiery tonight, challenging his guys time and time again and showing a lot of emotion. But unsurprising for a guy who is in the Bulldogs Hall of Fame and is the first alumni head coach in Crestview's football history. Grant was a player here in the late 90s before he went on to play collegiately at Jacksonville State. In the mid-2000s, though, the next career step for him seemed pretty obvious, especially for a guy who once told the Northwest Florida Daily News that back in his grade school days, he used to get in trouble for drawing up football plays on his desk and not paying enough attention in class. Enter 2022. The Bulldogs went to the playoffs that year and did win a playoff game. If they can come back in tonight's game, that could go a long way in deciding if they make the bracket again this year. Guys?
That's someone who knows what they're going to do with their life.
That's it. How about this, by the way? A little razzle. Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
My goodness, that ball seemed like it rolled for 30 seconds down the field.
It did, absolutely. And that's going to be recovered by Jonathan Jimenez, number 98.
Oh, my goodness. We just watched that ball go through and through and through, and it just never stopped. Watch this. Heating and air instant replay. Nobody wants it. Well, boy, Cy Tassin, you see number 0 right there. He wanted it. That's for dang sure.
Almost seemed like slow motion there.
Yeah. Holy cow.
And to kind of go off of what Carter was saying, and you mentioned this earlier, with those underdog teams, if they hang around and we get to the fourth quarter, what's your mindset if you're Pace? Pace back on offense.
There he goes.
Williams takes the snap. We've seen him do that a time or two tonight.
Another big game. Goodness gracious. Young man is on absolute fire.
It's going to be a gain of 40 to 45 yards.
So, give you an idea here coming into this game. Williams had 42 rushes for 345 yards. I think it's roughly 8.2 yards a carry. I think his average has gone quite up tonight.
It's gone up by a yard or two.
Yeah,
at
just
least.
Just safe to say.
Yeah, I think so. So that's going to bring up another Pensacola State College first down. Tyner's going to keep it with a gain of about 2 or 3 down at about the 31-yard line.
Yeah, and for Tyner and the Patriots, now you can run the football, choose some clock, and if you get big chunk plays, that's fine too. Still up 2 scores.
We'll bring up second down and about 6. We're at the 31. He's trying to respond. Williams going to take the ball again.
He's going to be about 2 yards shy of the first.
He's going to be brought down at about the 27-yard line, so it's going to bring up maybe 3rd and 2.
Do have a flag on the far side of the field. It's usually an area maybe holding here.
So we wait on the call.
No, that'll be against the Bulldogs. We get the call here. Oof. Block below the waist.
Wow.
It's a legal block right there. That's a protection penalty.
And that's going to give Pace another Pensacola State College first down, and it's going to put them inside the Synovus red zone.
See the young man right there for the Bulldogs. Cannot get the number on him. And this play will get stopped. And we're going to march it right back. How about that? Okay.
We're going to go forward with a penalty, and now we're going to go back. So that's going to be, bring it to about first and, maybe first and 15. Bring it back to about the 20, 22. Oh, never mind.
Looks like Coach Smith, I believe, is going to take a timeout here, so the Patriots will take their first.
Well, we've seen a lot tonight, Jeff.
It has been a wild night. You know, we've had plenty of points, by the way. It's been, you know, we haven't had a game where it's been this many points. We've had a lot of low-scoring games. This has been pretty much the closest game we've had this year as well. It has been absolutely wild. So speaking of some games, let's talk about some games around the area here. Niceville up 41-0 on the Dolphins. Yikes. Escambia up 28-7 on Booker T. Washington. Baker pulling away late, 33-18 over Houston County. Pensacola Catholic again all over Freeport, 39-6 is the last update, which was a little bit ago. Navarre, if this score is correct, this could be a tremendous upset, up 30-27 on Tate on the road. And I tell you what, you want to find out the scores, you want to find out what happened in some of these upsets and what's going on. Prep Football Final with Dan Shugart at 10:15. Turn to the Channel 3 News at 10:15 comes around. Boom, Shugart Prep Football Final for everything you need to know about football in this area. How about this, by the way?
Goodness, what a catch.
That might be on Prep Football Final, by the way. Boy.
That is Elijah Lavender, number 3, with an
half
incredible catch.
Half a yard shy, by the way. And I don't know, I don't see a flag, but boy, it looked like tugging on him a little bit right there. That's not pass interference. You're crazy. The young man is pulling his jersey off of him. Goodness gracious, he took that medium to an extra large. You see, letting him know about it.
I think it worked out all right, though.
Absolutely beautiful catch.
So first and goal down at the 1. Tyner's going to keep it.
Couldn't finish the job, and Tyner's in.
And that's going to be a touchdown. Pace.
Yep.
It's going to be Tyner's second touchdown tonight.
Yeah,
second touchdown on the ground.
And Tyner, as you see the Patriots, I believe he got hit in a bad spot right there, the offensive lineman for the Patriots. But again, Ben Tyner just tough running. Great job. Look, the Bulldogs come up and lay a lick, but Tyner finds a way to tilt back over into the end zone.
Tough run, but it does result in a Pace touchdown as Pace is back for the extra point. It's Caleb Nelson with the kick. That is up, and it's good. So now we've Pace answers again, up 42-22 over Crestview.
Yeah, so here we are, 3-score lead, and the Bulldogs can't find a way to get a stop on defense, and they got to go back to the drawing board again and they try to figure this out for Pace. They just methodically have run the football, they've thrown it a little bit, they kind of done whatever they want to on offense. So, but for the Bulldogs, that defense, and we talked about it, it's a young team. You can only say that for so long. That only gets you so far here. This is a district game for these guys. And a team that started 2-0, by the way, Crestview, and went 0-2, looking to be 0-3. If they can't pull this one out, you see our Athletes Water fan cam. And with that, by the way, I've mentioned it earlier, our Closets by Design School Spirit Award, or School Spirit, excuse me, goes Closets by Design. Appreciate them sponsoring it. If you go to WAR3 website, if you're on your mobile device, go in the tab in the left-hand corner, click that, go down to chime in. You got the young cats going out dressed in their attire. Maybe it's not high school, whatever it is. They're just going out. They're dressing up for their team, whatever it may be. You got a player playing football. You got whatever it is. Submit those photos. They may end up on the Channel 3 News or the Facebook page right there on social media. Never know.
Pace kicks off. Patrick Rogers back to receive. And
how about that kick?
That's we've seen some incredible kicks tonight by both teams.
That is a boot right there.
That is a boot, and that's going to put it in the end zone. So that will be a touchback. So Crestview is going to take over on their 20 and try and answer this seemingly back and forth between them and Pace.
Yeah, it looks like McQueen's going to come back in the game. That's good to see after the late hit out of bounds earlier. We know he's the primary passer. Tassin is more of a runner, as I Tassin, but Jay McQueen has done a great job tonight trying to matriculate this ball down the field. But they got to buy him some time right here. Tough when the Patriots know they can pin their ears back and come after the quarterback.
First and 10 from the 20. It'll be a handoff.
There's a flag.
Yeah, but there is a flag. I believe that was number 6, Zy Morris on the carry.
Yeah, called Morris's name a lot tonight. Get the call from the referee here.
Face mask, defense, 15 yards from the end of the run. That results in a first down.
I'm going to say something here, and I've never seen so many big penalties on a team that is winning by 3 scores.
Right.
In high school football. You see it in college sometimes with the big programs playing FCS teams. I've never seen this in high school. That's a Pensacola State College first down.
Like Crestview's trying to get Pace to bite on the hard count. It's going to be first and 10 at the 40. Queen back in the shotgun, flanked by Zy Morris. Queen drops back. He's under pressure, and he's still on his feet, but eventually is brought down. We had number 25, Isaiah Purefoy.
Yep.
On the
Purefoy coming in as well as 55, but Purefoy hangs on. Tylon Lee helping him up.
It's going to be a tackle for a big loss. It's going to bring Crestview back to the 30. Looking at about second down and 20, excuse me.
See Zy Tassin to the right-hand side of your screen right there, number 0 playing receiver.
Queen takes the snap.
Nothing doing. Tylon Lee in there with, I believe that's that number 55 as well for the Patriots, and that is
Chad Melville.
Chad Melville.
Well, you mean Chad Melville and that man?
Yeah, that man. Him. Oh, man.
And you mentioned it, Pace just being able to kind of pin their ears back and go hunt.
Crestview doesn't really have much of a choice. I mean, being down 3 scores, and their defense can't stop the Patriots. They got to try to throw the football, get back in this game. Only problem is Pace is so good on that defensive front.
So that's going to be 3rd and long. See if Crestview can make something happen here. The Queen takes the snap. Queen's still under pressure. He scrambles. And that is caught by Zy Tassin, number 0. But there is a flag.
Yeah, and the great catch, but he was still 6-7 yards short of the original line of scrimmage as well. So we'll see what happens right here, and if this is, see who this is against. It's holding, and it looks like Pace is going to decline that, so it'll be 4th and long.
It's going to be 4th and about 14. Of course, the offense stays on the field. Clock begins to wind down. About a minute and 20 left in the third quarter. McQueen out of the shotgun. Braylon Phillips in the backfield. This is going to flank McQueen to his right. Here's the snap. Passes up.
What an absolute catch.
Incredible catch by Zy Tassin. Unbelievable.
I mean, almost like, a prayer. You just throw it up. And this isn't a 50-50 ball, by the way. This is a 90-10 ball when you're throwing to Zy Tassin. Because, by the way, I believe that's Caleb Curry, the corner right there, never turns his head around. Young man, you got to get your head around. You turn that around, that may be a pick the other way. But great catch by Zy Tassin. And you know what? It's a good throw because when you look at McQueen, gave his man an opportunity to catch football.
That's going to bring them to the 22-yard line. Of course, that's Pensacola State College first down. McQueen's going to keep it. And he's going to scramble. He makes a couple of guys miss. And that's going to be a gain of about 8.
Even more
just
importantly,
inside the 15-yard line.
Which is the Synovus red zone.
The Synovus red zone, absolutely.
Boy, McQueen playing a heck of a game tonight, trying to keep these guys in. That offensive line's been battling. They're a little overmatched, but they have been fighting their tails off in there. And look at the moves right here. McQueen so good at reading blocks, reading lanes.
So as the Heating and Air Instant replay, it's going to be 2nd and 2. Empty backfield for McQueen. McQueen under pressure.
Oh, man, holy cow.
Oh. Braylon Phillips. No one within feet of him.
I tell you what, McQueen under pressure, man. He just finds a way to get the ball out. Braylon Phillips has to lean back the other way, adjust his body, try to catch his football. This was not an easy catch, by the way. Look at that as he has to readjust. He thought the ball was going to come inside. He throws it outside, just trying to get rid of it. Oh, my goodness. Missed opportunity right there.
It's going to be 3rd and 2 with 2 seconds left in the third quarter. So likely the final play of this quarter.
McQueen will go empty set here. Alone in the backfield.
McQueen takes the snap.
Look at this. What a catch.
And that is going to be Patrick Rogers with the touchdown for Crestview.
Touchdown and the wiggle afterwards. How about that? Oh, he wiggled too hard. He's grabbing his knee. Watch this. Boy, I tell you what, McQueen, been thoroughly impressed with this quarterback. Staying in the pocket, just backing in. He knows the pressure's coming. He knows he's going to get hit, but delivers a beautiful ball where only his man can catch it.
Crestview now takes the field for the extra point. Trey Hardman back to kick.
Oh, boy. That is not a fake, ladies and gentlemen.
So that's gonna mute the extra point. And with that ends the third quarter. We've got 1 quarter to go, my friend.
Yeah, we do. That's kind of been the night for Crestview as well. But you know what? We're going to take a break right here. We come back. We got 1 quarter to play. Pace up 42-28.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals.
Welcome back to Friday Night Rivals. It is the start of the fourth quarter. Crazy game here, Jeff.
Yeah, it has been absolutely wild. And, keep your head on a swivel here if you're Pace. I wouldn't be surprised if an onside kick, with the way the defense has struggled to stop the Patriots. We saw almost have a successful onside kick last time.
Yeah, Trey Hartman back for the kickoff from Crestview.
There we go.
Oh, and you're right.
Beautiful.
Pace falls on it. That is number 2, Caleb Curry. And that's going to give Pace decent field position.
Yeah, this time they jump. The first man jumps on it, Caleb Curry, and it looks like Pace had their hands team out there anyway, kind of expecting that to happen. But there's a little conversation. We got a flag on the field, so let's see what this is all about. Pace was kind of throwing their hands up like, wait, what? What's going on? But
the way this game's gone, there's no telling.
I am 100% with you on that. No shortage of laundry.
No.
Return team, or sorry, kicking team. Kicking team, 10-yard penalty, first down. Yes, coach, I'll explain.
I love it. I love it. So it looked like helmet-to-helmet contact at the 10-yard penalty, and Pace will take over right here. And obviously, coach wants an explanation, and he's on his way. Don't you worry about it.
As one coach would with a penalty like that. But that's going to give Pace even better field position past midfield down to the 42-yard line. There's Thomas Grant, got his explanation there from our head official.
Yeah, by the way, love to see when guys like Thomas Grant get an opportunity after all the years, their loyalty and their hard work, that they get to, not only they coach their alum, like just having the opportunity to step on that sideline. Look, he's got his work cut out for him. It's a young team.
Right.
But this is a game that'll go a long way in building that young program. And, the district doesn't get any easier when you talk about Tate and people like that as well. But I think the way his team has come out and played the second half has been very, very impressive.
Absolutely. And the ball is going to be moved now inside the 40 down to the 37.
So a short field setting up for the Patriots here.
Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Brooks Washington for a nice gain. He's down to the 32. So that's going to be a gain of about 4.
And you have a gain of about 4 yards, or you could have had 6 points. It's a great job by the Bulldogs, cutting him back inside there, forcing him to where more Bulldogs were obviously inside. And we've seen Pace have those big chunk plays running up the sideline. So a little bit of an adjustment right there for the Bulldogs, but second and medium here for the Patriots.
Williams with the handoff.
Tough running, Williams.
Tough run, but that's going to be a nice gain just inside the 30, and that's going to be 3rd and 2 for the Patriots.
Yeah, tackle Juju Rover right there for the Bulldogs, and this is 4-down territory for the Patriots. Make no mistake, but again, if you get a tackle for a loss here, could go a long way into that 4th down decision for the Patriots.
Crucial 3rd down, not just for Pace, but for Crestview as well. Backfield, Tyner's going to keep it, and that's going to be a 1st down and then some. It's going to be brought down at about the 30, or the 22-yard line, excuse me, and that's going to move the chains for a Pensacola State College 1st down.
Yeah, right on the edge of the Synovus red zone, but expect no funny business from this Patriot offense. They're going to run this football. They're going to milk this clock. And like the back and forth, for the Patriots, they know that they want to take 3 or 4 minutes at least, and then a score here pretty much puts this game away.
Williams takes the handoff, brings it to the outside for a nice gain of about 8.
Michael Williams, Mr. Consistency.
He has been a workhorse tonight.
He has been fun to watch, and he's he's a sophomore. And one thing that you notice you don't see in young backs a lot of times is they just want to run straight outside. Well, he's reading his blocks and bouncing. You see him using the footwork he has is fantastic. I tell you what, the Patriots got a special one for many years to come.
Yeah, that's a great quality in a running back, one that has that great vision and has the patience as well.
Yes.
And that's going to put Pace inside the Synovus red zone. Tyner's going to keep it. And that's going to be another first down as he is brought down at the 5-yard line.
Just relentless. You've got 3 different options. You got Michael Williams, Brooks Washington running a little bit of a reverse right there, so you got to honor that as well. Watch this. Boom. I mean, you got to stop Williams because Williams has been killing you all night, but the only problem is, like, Ben Tyner can run the football as well.
We've been talking about that two-headed monster.
It is. This is impressive watching this offense go to work.
Tyner takes the snap. Looks like he's going to keep it again. The pace is ready. That tackle was by number 7, Manuel Robinson.
And this has been the issue for the Bulldogs is, the offense, I've been thoroughly impressed, especially in the second half. It's just there's no answer on defense. The Patriots are just too much for them. They're too big up front. They're quick. They run their gaps very well. No penalties. You're not seeing a whole lot of holding or anything like that. They're just playing good football right now. So for the Bulldogs, they are just wearing down up front.
Clock continues to wind down. It is 2nd and goal with 8:34 left to go. Tyner takes the snap. And who else? Michael Williams with his 3rd touchdown of the night.
Love it. I tell you what, you talk about making a case. There's plenty of Patriots, by the way, could make their case for our Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram player of the game, but Williams is making it tough on me. He's got to slow down.
He might be pointing up at you after.
I'm just saying.
After that,
I would too. But come on, there's no doubt.
Caleb Nelson back for the extra point. Kick is up, and it's good.
All right.
And with that, we're going to go to break with 8:26 left in the game. Pace up 49-28 over Crestview here on Friday Night Rivals.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals.
Back here on Friday Night Rivals here in Crestview, Florida. The Bulldogs down 49-28 over the Patriots. We were talking about how Pace might kind of need to answer what Crestview's been doing, and boy, did they.
Yeah, they did. All night long, the Patriots offense has stood the test. The Patriots defense has faltered a little bit through the pass game that the Bulldogs have brought to the table here. For the Bulldogs making the adjustment on the offensive side, the defense for the Bulldogs just can't catch a break right now, can't slow the Patriots down. And as you see, that'll be a touchback right here. So here we go. The Bulldogs go back to work again. By the way, I don't know if you can hear it on TV, but the Crestview band playing beautifully, I might add, here at Jack Foster Stadium. I believe that was Sweet Caroline, if I'm not mistaken. They were playing.
You're correct.
Hey, listen, you're getting beat by 3 scores. The band sounds great, though. And you're trying to get your team back into this game here. So
Crestview's band always shows up, no matter what the score is.
Beautiful facilities here in Crestview.
Crestview going to start this drive on their own 20. We've got McQueen, empty backfield. He's back to pass, immediately feels the pressure. He's going to toss it, and it is caught by old reliable number 9, Jace Green.
Hey, he's looked much better here in the second half. Obviously, some key drops early, in the first half. But Jace Green starting to secure that thing. I love it. No gloves, by the way. He's just that old school tight end. No gloves, runs over the middle, gets hit, popped, however you want it, holds on to it. Great catch, young man.
That's going to be a gain of 19, and that's going to be good for a Pensacola State College first down.
I'm telling you, Chris, you've had success through the air.
That they have.
Only problem is you're down 3 scores, though, so gotta get to that sooner.
McQueen back to pass.
Thought he was going to be swallowed up.
Manages to avoid the pressure, and he's just going to throw it away.
Smart play by McQueen. I thought he was swallowed up right there by the Patriots, and he just popped out.
He's done a nice job tonight of evading the pressure because it's been in his face all night.
Yeah, he has been pressured all night long. Him and Zy Tassin, both gentlemen running at the quarterback position tonight. But for McQueen, we saw his rushing ability, but even more impressed with his passing. Being able to read coverages a little bit, buying himself some time with that relentless pressure the Patriots have been bringing.
2nd and 10, 39, empty backfield for McQueen. He's going to drop back, and he's going to throw it.
Oh,
that is incomplete, but there is a flag.
It's going to be a late hit here.
Pass intended for number 12, Carson Colmetz, the senior receiver.
See if what this is. He jumps in the air to get rid of it. Oh, it's going to be holding against the Bulldogs. Oh, boy. And that will back them up 10 yards. And again, starting to build some momentum. And shooting themselves in the foot here. And we'll repeat 2nd down.
We've talked about the luck that's gone their way with the penalties. And now we're kind of seeing it the other way
eventually
around.
Eventually that's going to run out for them.
Luck will only take you so far.
That's it. Boy, don't I know.
Going to be 2nd down and 20.
Oh, you're talking about the game. Okay.
Well, that too.
I believe Crestview will take a timeout here. Should just see they're going to talk this one over after the penalty.
And with that, we're going to go to break. When we come back, Crestview will attempt to answer the score here on Friday Night Rivals.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals.
Back here on Friday Night Rivals, Crestview attempting to close the gap between themselves and the Pace Patriots. Before we went to break, Crestview was caught with a penalty, so now it's 2nd down and 20.
Yeah, not exactly the way you draw that up, but
Pump and go. Pass.
Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness. So
Zy Tassin.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I tell you what, Caden Batchelor right there playing the corner position. He falls down. If he doesn't fall down, he probably intercepts that pass and is going the other way. He falls down, and then Tassin falls down, tripping over him. Otherwise, Tassin will be walking in for 6 right now as well. So, again, add that to our bingo card of bizarre things we have seen tonight.
I like that. Bingo card of bizarre.
That's it.
That's good.
That is what we're going to call tonight.
Yep, so that's going to bring up 3rd down. 3rd down and 20. McQueen once again in the empty backfield. He's going to drop back to pass. Good protection.
Oh! Can't bring it in.
That was intended for Patrick Rogers, number 1. And we've seen that several times.
Boy, drop passes.
Yeah, drop passes.
When Coach goes back and watches the film with these guys, they are going to look at the missed opportunities they had. Now, yes, that was going to be a tough catch for sure, but I guarantee you, if you talk to Patrick Rogers, he's going to think he should have had that ball as well. Beautifully thrown ball by McQueen right there. You can't drop it in the bucket any better than that in between 3 defenders. Holy cow. But drops tonight have plagued the Bulldogs all night long.
Yeah, McQueen's thrown some beautiful passes tonight. So that's going to bring up 4th down. The offense is going to stay on the field. 7:13 left to go. McQueen's going to drop back. Going to air it out again. And it's intercepted. It is picked off and is recovered by number 2, Caleb Curry.
Yeah, Curry got beat on that D ball earlier in the game that McQueen threw to Tassin. Didn't get his head around. This time he gets his head around. Kind of almost like a Hail Mary on 4th and long right there for McQueen. Well, the luck ran out right there, and the Patriots will take over. And looks like we got ourselves a water break.
We've talked about, you know, the close interceptions, but I don't think we've had a turnover all game.
Oh, it's been played close to the edge there, and with all the penalties and things like that, some sloppy play here and there. It's been a fairly well-coached ball game. Yeah, this is 2 good teams, and 2 teams that are in 2 different areas of their maturity, I should say that, and where they want to be. So you see, by the way, breast cancer awareness tonight, our Athletes Water fan cam. If you haven't noticed on the field, there's some pink ribbons painted. Some of the numbers are painted pink. The Bulldog, his little cover right there is pink. This young man is dancing with a pink shirt on.
You gotta get a pair of those sunglasses.
Yeah, I mean, look at those shorts, by the way. How about that?
Give me the sunglasses and the shorts. I'll wear them next week.
Yeah, well, we can make that happen. That'll tempt me with a good time. How about that? But nonetheless, this has been for the Patriots, it's a team that's ready to win now. For the Bulldogs, it's a team that's trying to find its identity and trying to grow. It's a young team trying to slowly mature. They're on their way, well on their way. I tell you what, their offense has grown exponentially this game.
Brooks Washington takes the handoff. Great blocking, and that's going to be much, much more than a first down. That's going to be a gain of about 25 down to the 45-yard line.
And add him to the list. Brooks Washington's had a great night tonight as well. And you talk about the 2-headed monster. We'll add him in there, the 3-headed monster with Tyner, Williams, and now Washington. He's ran some great some plays tonight for them. But I tell you what, even more impressive is this pace blocking downfield. These plays can't happen if they don't get down past 5-6 yards and block at the second level. So this is a team that is dedicated to running the football. They don't care if you think you can stop them. They dare you into the box because it just makes it easier for them, it seems.
That's going to be a Pensacola State College first down. Down at the 45-yard line. Tyner's going to keep it. Going to break a tackle or 2 for a gain of 4. Down at the 41-yard line.
For the Bulldogs here, obviously things aren't looking good for you, but you don't want to give up another touchdown. You haven't made a stop in quite some time here. This is a lot about pride. This is where young teams tend to grow up in a hurry. You know the Patriots are good. You respect them for that. But you need to get a stop here, build some momentum going into next week.
When we talked about, Crestview being a young team and trying to find their identity, but Pace has a tough stretch coming up, and they've got a tough stretch here in district play.
Oh, boy.
Oh, and he loses the football, but looks like he recovers it. Wow. That could have gone ugly quick.
Nobody was back there with Tyner when he went down. He fumbles the football. And again, we talked about, hey, no funny business with this Patriot offense. Yeah, they've got to pass. And, boy, Tyner got to secure that football, hangs it down low. And a great job by number 25, Max Anderson, the junior linebacker, coming up, laying the lick and forcing the fumble right there.
So that's going to bring up 3rd and 15. It's going to bring the Patriots down to the 50-yard line. Ryder takes the snap.
And then there we go.
Yep, Williams going to take the handoff. And we've been saying it all night. First down and more.
And seems like Williams has rushed for his 3,000th yard tonight. Just every time he runs that play, he's getting
Don't you wish I was on stats tonight?
I really do. Hey, I was just thinking about that earlier. We've had some low-scoring games this year. We talked about it when we were on break. And, like, this is the highest-scoring game we've had by far. I mean, even in the first half, I think it was already the highest-scoring game we had. And so when you look at it, and you're up here doing the play-by-play with us tonight with Christian being on, so we should blame Christian for this. Because this would be a stat
there we
night.
go. Yeah, that would be.
It's like there's 800 yards of total offense.
I would have like 5 pages of notes.
You'd have the hardest job.
All right, so it's going to be 1st and 10 down at the 16. That's going to put Pace inside the Synovus red zone. Hunter takes the snap. He's going to keep it. He's going to be brought down. Tackle made by Patrick Rogers. He's going to be brought down right at the 10-yard line. So it's going to be second and about 4.
It's like Crestview. Looks like Crestview got called a timeout here. So while we got a second, our Herd sideline report right here. Carter, what you got for us?
Well, guys, despite all the scoring tonight, we have seen this Patriots defense stand strong at times. It seems like all they've been doing today is playing defense. Crestview has really dominated time of possession. But for these Patriots, they kept a lot of this defense together despite some turnover on the team. We talked about the new faces on offense earlier. But this defense came into 2024 minus only one real big name. Linebacker Jackson Ward, who was the star of this defense a year ago. He's now playing at the University of North Alabama, and head coach Kent Smith called him one of the best football players he's ever coached. Certainly high praise for Smith, who's been with this Pace program since the mid-90s. Now on this defensive side, I think we see a new face emerging as the star, defensive end Tylon Lee, who has had a couple sacks tonight. He has set the tone defensively, and maybe with that last interception, Pace might have just sealed the deal in this game. Guys?
Great stuff, Carter. Pace is 2nd and 3. There's the handoff. Williams is going to have a nice gain there. He's going to be brought down at about the 7. So he's going to be just short of the first down.
Yeah, Carter right there. I tell you, that's Coach Smith. That's saying something. He's been around a while. He's coached plenty. Remember, Pace for a while. It seemed like every year they had 3 or 4 running backs. It was just Division I quality. Someone played at UWF, by the way, but that is saying something that that young man was one of the best he's ever seen. And the Tylon Lee, he's next in line. That is, as we call him, we don't say his name a whole lot. That man is what I'm going to call him. So that heck of a player, heck of a future. You go into UCF, you just tuned in, a 3-star athlete, and tell you what, UCF has that space uniform. Tylon Lee going to be looking good in that space uniform.
Absolutely. So we got a penalty on Crestview, so that's going to put Pace down at about the 4, and it's going to make it 1st and goal. The clock continues to wind down. Just inside 3 minutes left of the game. Hunter takes the snap, but
here we go. We knew it wasn't going to be this easy, huh?
See what the call is here.
False start.
5-yard penalty, still first down.
All right, so with the false start penalty, that's going to bring Pace back out to the 9. Still 1st and goal.
Yeah. And under 3 minutes here, we'll expect Pace just to run the football. And obviously they want to score here, but nonetheless milk the rest of this clock.
Hunter takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Williams.
And he
Williams takes it to the outside.
Stopped. Did he get in?
And
he did.
He's in. Touchdown, Patriots. That is Mikael Williams' 4th touchdown of the night.
Is that good?
It's okay.
Okay, because he's almost outscored the Bulldogs by himself, by the way.
Did you start him on your fantasy team this week?
I did.
Oh,
I
good,
did. Yeah,
good,
I thought he was going to
good.
have a big game today.
Well, I'll go ahead and wave the white flag.
Okay, good.
might as well.
Yeah, well,
All right, Caleb Nelson back to attempt the extra point. And the kick is up. And it's good.
And it's been that type of game for the Patriots tonight. And, well, you know, here's the thing, by the way. We've got some hardware to give away after the game. Obviously, our award going to the winning team, which right now is the Pace Patriots. They'll hold on here tonight. We appreciate, by the way, look, we got some nice hardware. That trophy, picked it up earlier today. I keep forgetting how heavy it is. It's not some plastic piece of junk. Award Masters supplies us with this trophy, and they do a fantastic job. If you need anything, go to Award Masters, because if it's anything like that trophy, maybe you should just get a replica trophy. I keep trying to get one. I keep trying to steal our trophy, and, you know, everybody keeps catching me with it. But
one day it'll happen.
Maybe. Probably not. But anyway, we appreciate Award Masters and the great job that they do there. But we also have our Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram player of the game, which maybe that guy that scored, you'll see him a little bit later on, and our Bow Wow Air Masters sack of the game. So we got some other hardware other than just that nice trophy by Award Masters to give away here tonight.
That is a nice trophy. I saw it down the sidelines at the J game a couple of weeks ago, and I'm like, you know what, that's a pretty good trophy.
I had it in my backpack the other day and was walking away with it.
So close.
They knew it.
So close. So we've got 2:35 left in the game. Pace is going to kick it off to Crestview here. Caleb Nelson's back for the kickoff.
This young man has a boot on him.
That's a no-doubter, as we call it. It's going to be another touchback. So Crestview is going to take over on their 20-yard line.
You see
the Pace band's enjoying themselves.
Getting down. Love it.
We mentioned the Crestview band earlier, but Pace's band is no slouch.
Yeah.
They will always show up.
Don't discredit the Pace Patriots. They've been getting down the whole game. Obviously a lot to get down about, but it has been a party in the stands on both sides, folks.
Two of the best bands in the area.
That's it. Got a lot of good bands here in the Panhandle area.
That we do. All right, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Empty backfield for Jay McQueen. That's going to be caught by Zy Tassin. That's going to be a gain of about 4. That's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
Patriots rotating some new bodies, some younger bodies out there defensively, getting them some reps with the game in hand.
Clock continues to wind down. We're at 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Again, empty backfield for the Bulldogs. Yes, and it is caught once again by Zy Tassin, and that's going to be enough for a Pensacola State College first down.
Well, that Tassin-McQueen combo is something special. You see Zy Tassin celebrating. Yeah, I know. You know, folks at home, you're like, yeah, they're losing pretty big. No need to celebrate. Well, you know what? Young men are trying to build some momentum, and they've made strides here in the second half. And so let them.
I've been impressed with Crestview tonight.
I have. Again, coming into this, I was tempered in what I was expecting watching the film that I had seen. I was more interested to see pace and how real this team really was. Were they really going to be able to just go man-to-man up front and tell Crestview, stop us, good luck stopping us? And they've done a great job tonight because Crestview's had no answer on defense.
A tackle was by number 21, Jordan Taylor, on that McQueen keeper. That's going to bring up about 2nd and 4 down at the 43-yard line. Clock continues to wind down. We're at 1:15 left in the game. Backfield once again for McQueen. He takes the snap. He's going to air it out.
What?
Oh, what an interception. That is number 21, Jordan Taylor.
And that, folks, will be the icing on the cake for the junior DB right there. McQueen just trying to throw it downfield, make something happen. You know, he's had some success with this earlier, but he's thrown a double coverage a couple times. But nothing doing right there is Braylon Phillips. Nowhere near the ball. And, folks, that will be all she wrote for the Bulldogs tonight.
Even though, yes, that is all she wrote for Crestview, but as we were just saying, there are some good things you can take away if you're Crestview. specifically that McQueen-Tassin combo.
It is, and it's not, they've got plenty of athletes over there, and you're expecting this team will get better and better. Now, obviously, you're trying to make the playoffs. It's playoffs are best every year. The way the region sets up, you got to be one of the top 8 teams. So, obviously, Pace, I believe, they'll be at the top of the standings here. I have not checked on. I know last time I checked, Navarre was up on Tate. I have not checked on it lately, so that would be a tremendous blow to them, an even better opportunity for Pace, but. For like you said, Crestview, there is some good things. The passing game looks promising, but they've got to be able to run the football if they're going to beat teams like Pace and Tate and Choctaws and Nicevilles. You got to be more balanced, and even more so, your defense has to find a way to stand someone up. I mean, they can't find a way to slow this Patriot team down, and the Patriots are great offensively at running the football, but what happens when you get against Tate, who can also run and throw the football as well, and some of these other teams? So, like you said, next week, for Crestview, they play it right here against Pine Forest. We know Pine Forest struggles to score the football. That game could be 3-0.
Right. Yeah.
So, again, you're building to the next game here for Crestview, but the future is bright for them, for whatever that means to folks out there. But for the Patriots, tonight is about them. They showed up, they showed out, and boy, I tell you what, this is a team that you hate to see get off that bus because you know exactly what they're going to do, and you can't find a way to stop them.
And that's going to do it. That is your final. Pace 56, Crestview 28. Huh. What a great.
Boy, oh boy.
You're watching Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Friday Night Rivals.
Back here on Friday Night Rivals, Pace defeats Crestview 56-28 in what's been probably the wildest game that we've had so far this season, Jeff.
Yeah, in a game that was 2 scores pretty much all game. Every time that Crestview would narrow the gap, then Pace would turn around and score again and make it 3 scores. But you see Patriots celebrating with their band over there. And we got a minute here before we get to give away some hardware. We've got some other hardware of our own. I'll start with our Boutwell Airmasters sack of the game. Well, it was a long game for both teams when you look at it, and here you go, folks. You tell me what you think. Obviously, Zy Tassin in the game, pressure all night, and that man, by the way, Tylon Lee is officially his government name, but I call him that man or him. He's going to UCF next year, so you'll get to see him do that black and gold. He's going to look good in that black and gold doing that right there. And I feel sorry for whoever's lined up against it because, my goodness, Zy Tassin didn't deserve that. Offensive line, how do you miss that young man at 6'5"? They listed as 205. There's no way. He's like 225. So With that being said, we got our Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram player of the game. It got kind of iffy there for a little bit, but Michael Williams, the running back, number 20, 4 touchdowns tonight. Absolutely incredible. Look, they needed big plays. He got big chunk plays. Now, I also want to credit the offensive line for pace and what they did, and everybody out front because of the blocking. I mean, this can't happen if you don't block for this young man. You know, Tyner had a great job at quarterback as well, running the football. Washington had a great job. That offensive line, big shout out to them. But Michael Williams, when they needed it, boy, he broke it off, and I believe he ran for unofficial 780 yards, is what I'll call it. That's just what it seemed like tonight. Every time that they had a big play, it seemed to be this man right here, Michael Williams, our Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram player of the game. I salute you, young man. Heck of a game for you.
Absolutely. He ran for all of the yards.
Yes.
I think that's the official stat, all of the yards. And I believe with that being said,
Carter's getting bombarded.
Yeah,
They're trying to break it up there. We're trying to get you some time, Carter. Looks like Coach Smith is stepping in there so we can get this party started and they can give away our Award Masters trophy right there. And Carter, I think you're good now. Can you hear us? Go for it.
Yep, guys, we're good. We're down here with Pace head coach Kent Smith and his Patriots following a 56-28 win over Crestview. Coach, you guys kind of controlled this game from the second quarter on. What can you say about your squad's performance tonight?
Oh, we played hard. We gave up a little bit on defense, but we hung in there. And offense, we were just able to move the football, get it in the end zone, and that's what it's all about. That's what we do. And, our goal is to be district champions. It was our first district game, so we just got to keep getting better and hopefully come out on top in the district so what happened last year don't happen again.
Well, you guys seem to score quickly on offense tonight, and your defense spent a lot of time on the field, but they helped seal this one in the fourth quarter with a pair of interceptions. What can you say about your defensive unit's performance tonight?
Yep, they stepped up at the end. That's what we got to have them do. They stepped up at the end. Team win, defense, offense, kicking game. We all Patriots.
Well, following this team win tonight, what is the preparation this upcoming week looking like as you get ready for Madison County?
Well, Madison County just dealt with that hurricane, and I talked to their coach today, so they're in a mess down there. So hopefully they'll get it straightened out and be able to come up. They're a very good football team. One rule, but they don't look like a one-rule football team. Very good team. So we got to get ready. It's our homecoming, and a lot of things go on, but these guys' job is to play the football game. Y'all heard that, didn't you?
Well, thanks very much, Coach. Congratulations tonight. We have a trophy for you and your guys. Congratulations again on the win.
Yeah, get out of there, Carter.
Oh, he almost got hit with a helmet.
Yeah, he did.
Get your hands off Carter. What are we doing?
Amped up Patriots team, as they should be. Great victory tonight.
Yeah, we're going to have to give Carter a helmet. Things keep going. He keeps getting bombarded like this. Goodness gracious.
Oh, absolutely. Well, Jeff, this has been a wild game. Really fun game to watch, fun game to call with you.
Yeah, the bingo card of bizarre is what we called it tonight. We saw so many weird things, so many interesting things, and in the end for Crestview, obviously it's a young team, but you got to go back to the drawing board, find a way to make some stops on defense. The future is bright. Offense actually looked pretty darn good tonight. That's a good Patriot squad, by the way, and that defense hasn't given up that many points, I think, maybe all year. I don't think Catholic scored that many points on this year. We know how good they are. But again, for the Patriots, man, this offense is something else. And I tell you what, it don't matter how you win them. It matters that you win them. And you see Coach Smith proud of his guys tonight.
Absolutely. All that matters is the win and loss column. That being said, we'll be back next week. We'll be at Washington as Washington will play PHS. So on behalf of Jeff Price, Daniel Hemme, and the entire Friday Night Rivals crew, we'll see you next Friday.
Okay, can't stop what they can't hold. Can't rock where they can't go. Can't top what just can't block, cause I know the things they can't know. But listen, we're in my position. You gotta go take yours on a mission. With every decision, it's like with a great yo. And I ain't gonna let it go get to me, dog. Now picture me fall to the wayside where I can't slide to the point where they really in my face. I'm not looking for sympathy or empathy in my friends.